Good morning. In 2002, coming out of business school, neither my wife, who grew up in LA, nor I, who grew up in New York, had been to Wisconsin when we received the opportunity to come here with GE Healthcare. And that was our first introduction to Wisconsin and Milwaukee. And I got to say, back in 2002, we found it to be an absolute hidden gem and have made decisions to stay here for the long term. So really love the city, the region, the state. I'm very happy to be on this entrepreneurial path of owning, growing a company, developing a team, and trying to play a role in the industry. So thank you. Dan, great intro for Pindell Global Precision. We are out in New Berlin. As you said, contract manufacturer, precision machine parts. Our official motto is complex parts at medium volume, but I would say our unofficial motto is, especially for our customers, we make your buyers look really good. And we really focus on the customer service that goes with the great manufacturing talent and capabilities. Starting with why, a little background on my personal values, my leadership values. At heart, I'm a capitalist, and I very much believe in the benefits of well-regulated capitalism and the tremendous uplift that model provides. I also believe in the dignity of work. Teddy Roosevelt had a great quote that the great gift of life is to work hard at work worth doing. And I couldn't believe in that more. I believe that work provides terrific social and economic mobility, and it's great to see everyone here, in the business of making things. As a personal value, I believe in multiple forms of intelligence, not just what's learned in school, but and I really appreciate the diversity of the different forms of intelligence that you run across, in your team and in society. And I like to think long term. Leadership style-wise, I delegate aggressively. I believe both in myself and in those that I work with that ego is the enemy. We have a philosophy of let's work smarter, not harder, and let's look for those opportunities to do things a little bit differently, and to use technology and better thinking to have an impact. Personally, I believe my superpower is I love connecting people. I really like that side of life. And at heart, I'm an optimist. And speaking of optimism, just like to talk about Milwaukee in this region. Here you have a poster of Milwaukee, late 19th century, back when it first became known as a machine shop to the world. Here, this poster at the bottom, you'll see it says, Milwaukee feeds and supplies the world. And that is, I think, we have a really glorious path here. And we have an even brighter future, because on top of that 150 years of the manufacturing ecosystem, the connections, the expertise, and the culture, we are now layering, extremely advanced technologies, and this is as a region. Lean processes, Industry 4.0, automation, robotics, 3D design and manufacturing, advanced sensor technology, machine learning and AI. And I really think that our future is tremendously bright. And I would have us have ambitions of being the manufacturer to the world. And with that, I think we have all of the talent potential to support it. One of the guidance that I give when I talk to high schools, technical colleges, and the team at Pindell is I say, automation is not your enemy, automation is your friend. And if you can design it, run it, troubleshoot it, that is your path to a higher wage. So I mentioned earlier that I delegate aggressively, and that gives me a chance to talk about and think about a couple of things. And in the remaining minutes, would like to just highlight two initiatives that I and a lot of others in the region are thinking about. And first one is around industry clusters. To date, the region has identified 3 industry clusters: food and beverage, export, and the water industry, for all of their history and the connections that they provide in the definition outlined by Michael Porter. I and a bunch of others are trying to think through an idea that could there and should there be identified as a cluster for this region, intelligent industrial automation. And as you see in this slide, built on 150 years of first mechanical, and I'm talking about automation not just as a user of it, but actually as a maker of it. 150 years, mechanical automation, electromechanical, digital, and now in this era of machine learning, intelligent industrial automation. You see the skill progression that still anchors all four of those levels, the education pipeline that provides a skill ladder for individuals in this region to hop off at various points, potentially very compelling. And this is just a very small smattering of companies in this region that, again, are part of the makers of intelligent industrial automation. The other initiative I'd like to highlight is Milwaukee MMAC and the Milwaukee M7's Manufacturing Talent Initiative. Tim Sheehy spoke about the initiative's current rollout of Career X in trying to highlight the benefits to high school students and their parents of how manufacturing no longer dark, dirty, dangerous, but rather now smart, safe, and sustainable. The other initiative currently being worked on that I couldn't think more important is around the current workforce and upskilling. Upskilling is being highlighted across the country as this need of how do we give additional skills to our workforce. Here Jamie Dimon talks about how new work is about skills, not necessarily degrees. Professor Willie Shih at Harvard Business School highlights how the future, and we're talking about upskilling of the currently employed, needs to be work-based, hands-on, stackable credentials, short programs, and the fact that those being upskilled need income. So it needs to be balanced with that. Future models being explored, it'll be some, I'm thinking through some combination of these future models. But if we can get upskilling right, that is the updraft that sucks in all of the other manufacturing talent pools. It sucks in high school parents and high school students and their parents. It sucks in the untapped market, the out of market, and of course the current workforce. So I thank you for the opportunity to talk here.